Hi, mathematicians. So last week you started practicing how to solve two-step problems, addition and subtraction, using a diagram. Today we are going to continue that two-step problems using a diagram, but today we're going to use multiplication and division, okay? Before we start the video, I want you to make sure that you have your topic or volume 2 math book ready, and you are focused and paying attention to the video. But I also wanted to let you know that with math, like I always say, it's our job to teach you a bunch of strategies. So today, it's my job to teach you how to use the bar diagram to solve the two-step problems. But if you don't like that strategy, you don't have to use it, okay? We teach you all the different strategies, and then it's your job to decide which one you like best, and that's what I want you to use, whichever one makes you feel comfortable, okay? So before we start, just make sure that you know that, and we will practice them together after the video, and then I'll send you off on your own to do it how you feel most comfortable, okay? All right, here we go.
How can you use diagrams to solve two-step problems? Think about this question during the lesson. The teams for the city baseball tournament are divided equally into 3 leagues. Each league is divided into 2 regions with the same number of teams in each region. How many teams are in each region?
Let's find out.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there. So there's a lot of information there. When we do this on our own or when we do it together, it sometimes takes me, so I'm sure probably you too, a couple times to reread it and think what they're really asking, okay? So let's just reread it together before we finish the rest of the video. The teams for the city baseball tournament are divided equally into 3 leagues. Remember, we're looking and we're listening for numbers and keywords that are going to help us know if we're going to multiply, divide, add, subtract. Each league is divided into 2 regions with the same number of teams in each region. How many teams are in each region? Okay, so now that we've read it 2 times, let's watch how they explain it and how we can get better at our two-step word problems.
You can represent this problem with bar diagrams. You can use a letter to stand for the unknown quantity. Step 1. Find and answer the hidden question. How many teams are in each league? Use T to represent the number of teams in each league. Is the value of T the same in each section of the diagram? How do you know?
Okay, so what do you think? So they're wanting us, they've got 24, and it's saying each team is divided into 3 leagues. The 24 teams is divided into 3 leagues. So does each box have to be the same number? Well, when we divide, each group has to have the same number because it's equal. We're dividing it equally. So the answer would be yes.
Yes, the value of T is the same in each section because each of the 3 leagues has the same number of teams. Which equation can be used to find the value of T?
Okay.
Select your answer.
So if we're starting with 24 and we're splitting that 24 into 3 equal groups, would we do 24 minus 3, 24 times 3, or 24 divided by 3? What do you think? Right. If we're starting with 24 and we're splitting it into 3 equal groups, we would be dividing. And I kept hearing that keyword too, divide. I'm sorry, I can't drag it in. All right, let's see if we're right. Nice job.
24 teams are divided into 3 equal groups. So the equation t equals 24 divided by 3 can be used to find the number of teams in each league. 24 divided by 3 equals 8.
You should
So
know
there
that.
are 8 teams in each league. Step 2. Use the answer to the hidden question to answer the original question. Each league is divided into 2 regions with the same number of teams in each region. How many teams are in each region?
Okay, do you remember?
Use R to represent the number of teams in each region. From step 1, you know that there is the value of R the same in each section of the diagram? How do you know?
It's the same question that they asked us before, and it's the same answer. Yes, right?
Yes, the value of R is the same in each section because the 8 teams are divided equally into the 2 regions.
Equally.
If each region didn't have the same number of teams, could you use division to find the number of teams? Why or why not? No, you would not be able to use division if each region didn't have the same number of teams because there must be equal groups to divide.
Okay, so let's move on. What's our next step?
The 8 teams in the league are divided into 2 equal groups. So the equation R equals 8 divided by 2 can be used to find the value of R. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So there are 4 teams in each region. Now you know how to use diagrams to solve 2-step problems.
All right, guys. So hopefully that did not totally confuse you. Okay. So let's go ahead and practice. And like I said, we're going to try it with the bar diagram, but it might just be easier for us to just solve it, and that's okay. So again, you want to make sure that you have your volume 2 math book, and you are turning to page 415. While you're doing that, I'm going to share my screen with you again. And thanks for being patient because it always makes me do it 2 times. Here we go. All right, so we are on page 415, guys. We're going to do 2 together, and then I'm going to send you off on your own to do some today. You will have a discussion post today also, okay? All right, so we're going to start with number 3. And remember how I said sometimes there's a lot of information, and it takes us a couple times just to even think about what they're asking us. So go ahead and read it with me. There are 8 students in 2 school vans with the same number of students in each van. The admission fee for each student is $5. What is the total admission fee for all the students in one van? So that is our final question, okay? So we want to split it up into our 2 steps. There are 8 students in 2 school vans with the same number of students in each van. All right, so this is our first step. And we started with how many students? We started with those 8 students. So that's going to go on top of our bar diagram. And then these 2 boxes stand for what? These are our 2 vans. So if we have 8 students and we're splitting them up equally into 2 vans, what are we going to do? Are we going to multiply or are we going to divide? Yeah, we're dividing. So step 1 is saying 8 divided by 2. Okay? And what does 8 divided by 2 equal? Well, if we split it up and we put one student in each van until we get to 8, what would we do? How many will we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each student has each van has how many students? 4, right? Okay, so that's our first step. Now they're asking our second question. The admission fee for each student is $5. What is the total admission fee for all the students in one van? Well, we just figured out that there's 4 students in one van, right? And each ticket costs $5. So we're going to actually kind of work backwards here. We've got our 4 students, and each student has to pay $5. Each is a key word to me, guys. Do you remember what each stands for? It stands for multiplying, right? So if we have 4 students and they each have to pay $5, how much? What's the total going to be? How much are they going to have to pay for one van of students? Go ahead and solve that. What is 4 times 5? Don't forget to put your dollar sign. $20. Okay, if you got that right, kiss your brain and do the whoop whoop cheer. All right, we're going to do one more together. But this time, we're not going to do the diagram. We're going to just try to think about it and step it out, 1 and 2, okay? Arif saves $4 each week. Oh, I'm hearing a key word. So Arif saves $4 each week. After 6 weeks, he spends all the money he saved on 3 items. Each item costs the same amount. How much does each item cost? All right, well, first we need to find out how much money he has, right? So step 1 says he saves $4 each week. After 6 weeks, he spends all of his money he saved on 3 items. So $4 each week for how many weeks? For 6 weeks. So what's our first step going to be? Go ahead and write it down. What do you think? We're going to multiply his $4 times that 6 weeks. And what does 4 times 6 equal? It equals 24, right? So we know now he has $24, right? And he is going to spend all of it on 3 items. Each item costs the same. So I'm hearing each again, but you aren't really going to be multiplying. Let's stop and think about this. If he has $24 and he's like pretty much splitting it up into 3 groups, those are those 3 toys. So for step number 2, we've got 24, and we're going to divide it by 3, right? So what is 24 divided by 3? How much does each item cost? Go ahead and solve that. Each item costs how much, guys? $8. Okay, so I'm going to send you off on your own. This is really important. I want you to make sure you're rereading the problem at least 2 times. You're thinking about those keywords and what they're asking you. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do number 5 on your own, and 5 kind of goes with number 4. All right, and then on page 416, you're going to go ahead and do 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 9 and 10 are going to be our discussion post. When you are done, before you post anything, make sure you are going over it with mom and dad, fixing any mistakes. All right, guys? I believe in you. You can do it. Pick whichever strategy works for you and have a wonderful day. Bye.